incursion. Mattis told reporters that the U.S. is engaging with Turkey through military-to-military contacts, as well as with their foreign minister. You're listening to USA Radio News.
If you're a CPAP user, soap and water cleaning may leave harmful bacteria, viruses, and mold that can make you sick. That alone will keep you up at night. Until now, SoClean.com is the world's first and only automated, hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. SoClean kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs without soap, water, harsh chemicals, or even equipment disassembly. And now, you can try it risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-768-0158.
SoClean changed the CPAP experience for the better. My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean's revolutionary design makes it easy to clean your CPAP and protect you against CPAP-related illnesses. Plus, SoClean works with all popular CPAP devices to clean them in minutes. It really is that easy. Don't risk your health. Call SoClean.com now to try it risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-768-0158. This offer won't last. Call now. 800-768-0158. 800-768-0158.
Cecil Richards announced Friday she intends to step down as president of Planned Parenthood after leading the organization for 12 years. Her departure comes after a tough year for Planned Parenthood, which faced a congressional investigation in 2015 over allegations the organization sold fetal tissue. She said she would turn her attention toward campaigning on behalf of Democrats seeking seats in the 2018 midterm elections. Members of the science community are protesting prominent Trump ally Rebecca Mercer's role on the board of trustees at the American Museum of Natural History in New York City. Over 200 scientists drafted a letter Thursday urging the museum to take Mercer, who has been on the board since 2013, off the board. The letter cites the Mercer family's involvement behind alt-right Breitbart News, as well as Rebecca Mercer's role on the Trump transition team. This is USA Radio News.
Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot. I was one of the biggest critics of Obama in the national media. Suddenly, I was under massive IRS attack. So I hired Sam Landis. Sam did an amazing job. We won twice. I didn't owe a penny. Thank you, Sam Landis. Many of you have IRS problems, and you've spent thousands with non-lawyer tax resolution firms. Do yourself a favor. Call Sam Landis for a free consultation. Trust me, Sam Landis is the best. Sam saved my life. Call Sam at 800-WE-HELP-YOU with the letter U. That's toll free. 800-WE-HELP-YOU with the letter U. 800-WE-HELP-YOU.
According to the government, the U.S. economy ended last year very strong, but also showed signs of slowing. USA's Chris Barnes reports.
The federal government says the U.S. economy grew at a rate of 2.6% in last year's fourth quarter, slightly down from the more than 3% growth in the second and third quarters. Economic growth for 2017, though, nearly doubled from 2016, surging to roughly 2.3%. Financial experts say low unemployment rates, a robust stock market, and wage growth account for the economic stimulus, but warn the fourth quarter slowdown indicates markets might begin to level out soon. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
A school bus that was sliding backwards on the ice caused quite a stir this past week. With more on that story, here's Tim Berg.
A video went viral earlier this week of a school bus sliding down an icy Boston, Massachusetts suburb street. Take a listen to one of the kids who was on the bus and what it was like to experience.
Start spinning, and we go backwards, and people are screaming. There's a lot of what's going to happen to us.
There were no injuries in the incident and only minor damage to the school bus and the car that it luckily hit, or one person said there could have been a lot more damage.
It saved us from really rolling over and crashing, and people could have gotten really seriously injured.
There were 20 high school and middle school students on the bus, and the bus did continue to school after the crash. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
Investing is a long-term process. How many times can you think of in the last decade that the stock market has destroyed retirement funds for people just like you and me? For your existing IRA, you need the security that gold has provided for centuries. Remember, gold has never been worth zero. Capital Gold would like to introduce you to the Home Storage Gold IRA. It's a self-directed IRA set up with all the protection and tax benefits of an LLC. But the big difference in this IRA is you invest in gold and you hold it in your possession. You can't do that with stocks. That's security. You can transfer any type of IRA hassle-free in days. Please call right now and learn more, and we'll waive the $500 setup fee and give you a free safe to store your gold. Call 800-223-0092. 800-223-0092. 800-223-0092. That's 800-223-0092.
Welcome to the Garden America Radio Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do in the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or send us your questions and comments to john@gardenamerica.com. Now, here's Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on Biz Talk Radio and the Garden America Radio Network.
Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for tuning in on Facebook Live. We welcome you. I recall the days when we could come into the studio, guys, and it didn't matter how we dressed or how we looked. And now we're on camera every single weekend, so we've kind of buttoned things up a little bit here. Good morning, Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. I'm Bryan, Maine. This is Garden America. Phones are open, 855-424-9825. Questions or comments right there on Facebook Live or john@gardenamerica.com. I want to welcome a longtime friend of mine and his wife tuning in from Washington, Boomer and Annette. Thank you for tuning in. They're coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, lots of fun. We have a lot of fun planned this morning. Looking forward to a good show. Lot to talk about.
Yeah, a lot to talk about.
Exactly. So
2 hours to do it, too.
Yeah. And, it's kind of a fun new thing that we're going to be talking about with some of the vegetable art. So,
vegetable art, as in drawing?
No, photographs of vegetables, and they make really unique pictures. Something to do with your harvest besides just eat it.
Okay, so in other words, tap into those people that maybe don't really grow vegetables or have much to do with it, but to maybe present it in a different way to get them inspired to do it.
Right, exactly. So, always fun to try new things in gardening.
And we like to switch things around. Now, we should make it known that this is John. This was John's idea to do this.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I don't know if I can relate to this because I was always taught, don't play with your food.
John had a problem with my Facebook comment, let's get ready to rock.
Why?
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway, thank you for joining us. Here we go. Hope you had a good week.
That was good, but you were a little pitchy on that.
Pitchy? I didn't want to sing it. I just kind of wanted to say it.
All right.
That's all. What else going on? Did you have a good week, Tiger?
Yeah, I had a great week. Beautiful weather here in San Diego.
Going to be even hotter, too, now.
Well, it was a little cool, little warm, getting a little bit warmer, but we do have some overcast skies ahead of us. And
it's too warm.
You think what?
It's going to be too warm.
I think it's going to be too warm as well.
Spoken like a true Southern Californian.
Well, it's January, and we've got, for the next 10 days, 70s and 80s. In Fallbrook, near 90 one day.
Yeah, that's a little much. I enjoy the summertime months, but give us a break.
Yeah, it's not good for the plants, unless it's not going to get cold again.
Well, no, you're right, because now you've got plants that rely basically on the weather conditions, and then hot to cold is not good.
I'm wondering if I should even feed my roses.
No, I wouldn't. Just keep them watered, right?
They're all starting to grow.
Follow the almanac. Good old farmer's almanac.
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin knew this
was to prune roses.
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin knew this was going to happen a long time ago.
Exactly.
That was poor Richard.
Who wasn't so poor, by the way.
Well, not after he printed that.
Yeah. We're still getting royalties off of it.
Yeah,
that's right.
I saw that at Lowe's the other day.
The
almanac sitting in the checkout aisle.
Yeah. I wanted to mention to any of our listeners who are listening on KPRZ in San Diego this morning that, first of all, we want to thank KPRZ for this last year.
The last couple of years.
Yeah,
we thank them.
We really enjoyed being on their station, but next Saturday we're going to switch to KNSN. Not say that. Shouldn't say that. All right.
Because we don't know that that's going to be happening yet.
All right. Well, I was just thinking, what if our listeners tune in and they're not there?
Well, no, we're trying to figure things out. So if you want to get the information, it's already posted on our Facebook page as to what's happening.
Okay.
So, if anybody,
take that back. You didn't me to not say that.
I'll say, though, that if anybody is ever listening and we're not there, they can always go to gardenamerica.com.
Yes.
Because they can follow the show live online. Or
yes.
they go to our Facebook, and not only can you listen to it, but you can watch it.
Well, that's right, too. Facebook, people say, well, I can't watch you for 2 hours. That's fine. Watch us for as long as you want, and then just turn the volume up, and it's the same thing. No matter where you are in the world, it's like streaming.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about Facebook is that you can post comments there right away and can answer your questions.
It's immediate. It's like, you got a question or a comment, or you see somebody online that you can talk back and forth to each other. So, it's a great way to do it.
Is it all right for me to mention I'm not going to be here next Saturday?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, people, it's funny you mentioned John not going to be there next time.
So I can tune in?
So John's not going to be here next week, but our good friend Bob Riedmiller will be here next week.
I have to fly up to Sebastopol, and I'm arranging for the transfer of 1,000 5-gallon roses down here to San Diego.
Is that a word they use when you get pulled over and they have suspicion of DUI? Do they ask you to say that word?
Sebastopol?
Yeah.
Sebastopol?
Spell it backwards.
Yeah.
Do you know that there's, in the Crimean Peninsula, there's a city called Sebastopol, except it's pronounced Sebastopol.
In the Crimean Peninsula?
Yeah.
When you woke up this morning, did you think there'd be a reference to the Crimean Peninsula?
I pretty much knew.
You knew that right off the bat.
You knew that was coming.
We always refer to the Crimean Peninsula.
No, I used to get. Do you want me to do that? You said say it backwards. I can say the alphabet backwards. Did you know I have that ability?
You know what? During the break, why don't you do that?
Why don't I entertain you with that during the break?
Yeah.
Because I can see how much you care about that. For those wondering, this is a gardening program.
I think I heard you do that once before.
You were very impressed.
Yeah, it was enough to last for quite a while.
He's on his game today.
Yeah.
Hey, it is 12 minutes after the hour. I just want to remind you, John at gardenamerica.com for questions and comments, or Facebook Live right there, whatever's on your mind, and we'll get to it and answer it as quickly as possible. Also want to urge people to send us your gardening pictures.
Yeah.
Got a gardening picture of your backyard, front yard, maybe something special you're growing. We'll either post it on our newsletter and or Facebook.
Really excited to post them on Facebook because, like we talked about today, we're going to be seeing some amazing gardening pictures. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of sharing back and forth on Facebook because some of these are very inspirational photos.
Definitely. Hey, John, people also look forward each week to your quote of the week. And I think it's that time right now. John's quote of the week.
I thought this was an interesting quote. And being of an Italian heritage, maybe that's why I thought so. But the quote is, Italians come to ruin most generally in 3 ways: women, gambling, and farming. My family chose the slowest one. And that was by Pope John the 23rd.
I noticed there was no mention about our mafia friends in there either. That would have been the fastest way.
Oh, my goodness. We just lost all of our
I was just going to say
Soprano listeners.
Let's keep a list of how many people we can offend today.
No offense. No, not at all. We're having fun. No offense taken at all.
But, he came, Pope John the 23rd came from a farming background. I think there were like 13 kids in his family. And I thought it was interesting that he referred to farming is the slower way of coming to ruin. Like, it's just hard to make money.
Right. Are the farms bouncing back?
Hard to make money. I don't know of a farmer that is making money.
I was going to say, are we still in trouble? Are our farms still in trouble? Are we bouncing back at all from the ruins of the last 30 years?
That's a whole nother discussion.
Okay. We could have Willie Nelson on the air. He could probably tell us. I attended his first 2 farm aids back in the 80s.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, the radio station I worked for sent me down there. He had every group you can imagine.
Yeah.
He had like Motley Crue, Julio Iglesias, the Oak Ridge Boys, the Beach Boys.
And like
every
nothing
genre.
to do with farming at all. Like it was really neat, just all
To
these
get people
supporters
together. Yes.
to support a common thing, but really no relation to the farming.
I had conversations with people I never thought I would meet in my life. Chris Christopherson.
Do they still have Farm Aid?
No, he stopped doing that several years ago, but it went on for a while.
Yeah.
Neil Young was big. He was down there. I mean, a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. So
I should bring that back.
It got me thinking about, how, like John says, that's for another discussion, how our farming community is doing these days.
Yeah.
We'd also like to know what you're growing in your backyard. What are you having success with? What are you having problems with? And we're here to answer those questions. Again, 855-424-9825 if you want to give us a call. John at GardenAmerica.com, or quickly becoming people's most favorite way to communicate with us on Facebook Live.
You know, I wanted to put out a quick warning since we've been talking about how warm it is here in San Diego County. And, you know, you need to look at your own microclimates wherever you are in the country. But I know if you go into some of the big box stores, you will see squash for sale, eggplant,
Now's
pepper,
not the time to buy those.
Tomatoes. Don't, you know, even though it's going to be nice next week, don't plant them. I can almost guarantee you've got zero chance of success if you plant a pepper or a squash plant right now.
Well, even, you know, the days are warm, but the nighttime temperatures are still dropping down into the low 50s, sometimes into the 40s, which a pepper will melt at that temperature, right?
Yeah, it does. It was last week we had one night got to 39 in Fallbrook.
Yeah, that pepper would melt right away.
Yeah.
Okay, it is break time, our first break. When we come back, Tiger, we're going to be speaking with who?
Lisa Troutner from Carmel Bella Farms.
All right, stay with us. And again, questions, comments for Lisa or one of us right there on Facebook Live, or John at GardenAmerica.com. When I pick up the phone the old-fashioned way at 855-424-9825. I'm Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. Thank you for tuning in to the Garden America radio program.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Do you have a small yard and think you don't have the room for fruit trees? Well, think again. Dave Wilson Nursery wants to show you how to grow great-tasting fruits like peaches, apples, pluots, and much more in small areas, even in patio containers, too. It's called Backyard Orchard Culture. You get step-by-step information via the fruit videos at davewilson.com. That's where you'll find the closest nursery to you that carries Dave Wilson's quality fruit trees. Start the backyard orchard of your dreams at davewilson.com.
Do you have an old car sitting in your driveway? How would you like to learn a hassle-free way to get rid of it, help kids in need, and get a great tax donation in the process? It's real easy. One simple free call to our car donation hotline is all it takes. Call the Neshama Foundation at 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. We'll come pick your car up for free and give you a tax donation for the full value of the car, running or not. The value of your unwanted car will go to help kids in need. It's fast and easy. Just call us and your car will be gone and on its way to helping children in 48 hours. And you get a nice tax deduction. Call the Neshama Foundation now to get rid of your car, help kids, and get a tax write-off. Call 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. That's 800-721-6723.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We represent your ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have also offer services including 3D modeling, InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-607-8945. That's 1-800-607-8945. Again, 1-800-607-8945.
Do you owe $10,000 or more on at least 2 federal student loans? Then you may qualify for new programs offered by the Department of Education. These programs can reduce your interest, lower your payments, and possibly qualify you for loan forgiveness. If you have $10,000 or more and at least 2 federal student loans and currently not in school, you may qualify for one of these programs. Call now to check your eligibility. student loan advisors are standing by to help you determine if you qualify for these new programs. They can help you reduce your interest, lower your payment, and even forgive a portion of your student loan. Take control of your financial future. Make this free 5-minute call now to Nationwide Student Loans and learn how you can reduce your student loan debt.
800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Back here in the Garden America Show. Happy Saturday. Hope you had a good week, and your weekend is off to a good start. Thank you so much. Plenty of comments. Get those comments, questions going on Facebook Live. Also, John at gardenamerica.com. 21 minutes after the hour. With that in mind, we are set, ready to go. Our guest is locked in. Tiger, let's do this.
So this morning, we're going to be talking about organic gardening, farming, but also art, which is funny because we don't always associate farming with art. But we have a very special guest from Carmel Bella Farms. Lisa, good morning. How are you doing this day?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
So, Lisa, you have a very interesting thing going on up there in Carmel where you have a farm, but at the same time, besides just harvesting wonderful heirloom fruits and vegetables, you turn them into art. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing up there.
Absolutely, yes. I am a certified organic farm, but very small scale. I love to grow heirloom tomatoes, and I share them with the community and family and friends. I'm trying to inspire others to grow organic and see how amazing organic food can taste. And my artwork really was inspired by how passionate I was feeling about my garden, and I really wanted to share that inspiration. And so as these tomatoes were accumulating around my home, and they were just so beautiful, I was feeling so motivated and inspired. I just decided to put them into something beautiful that I could share in a different way because I was already sharing their flavor and taste and wanted to see how else I could inspire others and try to get them to see what organic gardening could do for them and how it could make them feel and how it could provide for their family. So that was kind of where it stemmed from.
Now, have you always been a gardener? I mean, growing up, was your family involved with farming? Did you guys always garden? Did you always have your own fruits and vegetables growing, and you just kind of transferred as you grew up to be your own thing? Or was this something that developed later on?
There was always there was always little bits of gardening at my home, absolutely. My father owned a masonry and landscape supply yard, so we had lots of rocks and kind of more native plants, and my mother always did a small vegetable garden that was always organic, and we always ate organic food, so that was definitely a seed planted in me young, but it wasn't something that was a huge part of our life at the time. So it was always an influence on me to eat organic and be close to nature, but we weren't big farmers, didn't have an enormous vegetable garden, but it was always there. And so as I got older, and I became a mother pretty young at 20 years old, and it was a huge revelation for me realizing that the foods that I was going to be putting into my little boy's body, I wanted to support him to the fullest. And so food and nutrition just became even that much more important to me, and I wanted to learn about growing my own garden. And so at 20 was my first vegetable garden that I installed myself and started growing my own food. So that was 11 years ago.
And obviously from your postings on your Instagram and on your Facebook, which, by the way, if anybody's interested, just search Carmel Bella Farm and you'll see both of these with the wonderful pictures of Lisa's harvest through the years.
You're going to put a link up, right? Later
yeah,
on,
I did put a link up in our Facebook feed. But the cornerstone behind a lot of this is some of your heirloom tomatoes. Was that your first kind of what got you in there, was growing some tomatoes, or was there another vegetable that inspired you to get started?
I think beginning can be kind of overwhelming when you want to first start gardening. You just kind of want to grow everything and start with little bits.
Yeah, that's the
I
truth.
think we all get that garden bug. And so I kind of did that. It was watermelons, tomatoes, artichokes. It was almost everything I could get my hands on. And then I think you kind of start narrowing it down to your passions and what's going to provide your family what you eat most and what is going to thrive in your environment. And so basically those are kind of what narrowed it down. And also heirloom tomatoes is something that my grandmother grew at her home that I grew up seeing there, and she always made amazing food and just was this wonderful person in my life. So I think that kind of sparked a little inspiration to go in the heirloom tomato direction, and once I started, I couldn't stop. It just became this incredible passion that just grows and grows and grows, and so that it was amazing for me. Heirloom tomatoes is definitely my biggest crop that I grow, but part of that I want to say is where I live. If I lived in a really cold climate, I probably would be looking for a different crop to be extremely passionate about that would thrive where I'm living. So I'm taking all factors into consideration. I grow heirloom tomatoes absolutely because I'm so passionate about them and love them, but also because I'm in a wonderful environment for them to thrive.
I was just noticing a couple Facebook comments. One from Rachel says that this woman's garden is just incredible. But then we got one from Kathy who said, OMG, we're in Carmel now. I wish that I could visit it while we're here.
Oh, wow. And Kathy, by the way, Lisa, is one of our biggest and one of our longtime listeners and viewers. So that's good comments.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
And
Thank you so much.
and actually, I don't know if you want to touch on it too much, but in the future, you're going to be opening up the farm to retreats and people, are you not?
Well, my goal, actually, we would really love to expand and get another growing area. So absolutely, when that's all in the works right now, we're trying to find a different place where we can get even bigger and expand and be closer to town, because I am quite a ways out in the mountains and it can be quite a trek up here, but it is still extremely beautiful. And when things are blossoming and blooming, I do definitely welcome people to come visit. Where I have definitely connected with the community the most, I want to say, is at the farmers market. I was there for little bits of time this last season, and that was amazing. And so I got to share a lot of my heirloom tomatoes there and my passion for growing organic. So that was a nice way to meet people. But definitely in the future, I look forward to bringing more people into the farm and showing them how we do what we do, basically.
And John, I'll say that I've seen also on Lisa's postings that one of her favorite, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen it on your followings that you're a big Baker Creek seed fan, and that's one of John's favorite seed companies also, where you can see a wide variety of heirloom vegetables and things.
And they've been around a long time too.
Yeah.
They have, and I feel they do a very good job presenting their seeds. It's very clear, and you can go to what you want to buy. It shows you pictures of it. The reviews are right there from other growers, which is really nice, and they usually have a really precise description of what you're going to be growing. So I really enjoy that about Baker Creek Seeds, and they do have quite a selection and, of course, a beautiful array of heirloom tomatoes. Also, Brad Gates of Wild Boar Farms is amazing, and Gary Ibsen from Tomato Fest are wonderful tomato seed suppliers, and they are local or somewhat local. They're in California. And so there's lots of different amazing organic seed resources to tap into and wonderful farmers. But I love to connect with different people and try different seeds from different places.
Hey, Lisa, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back real quick. So if you have any questions, comments as you watch us on Facebook, you can post them right now. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com, or pick up the phone, call us at 855-424-9825 as we continue. Don't go anywhere. Going to take a break. Come right back on this Saturday morning. Target Palafox. I'm Bryan, Maine. John Bagnasco. And again, we thank you so much for supporting us and tuning in to the Garden America radio program.
Are you ready to leave your corporate job behind and be your own boss? Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? Do you have $50,000 or more sitting around in a 401k? If you answered yes, it's time to invest in yourself by buying or starting a business or franchise. IRS code allows you to use money in a 401k to invest in a business with absolutely no penalties or taxes. At Guidant Financial, we've helped more than 11,000 entrepreneurs invest $3 billion in retirement assets into the small businesses and franchises of their dreams. So if you've got $50,000 or more in a 401k and you're looking for a way to start a business, call Guidant Financial now for free information and to learn more. Operators are standing by for your call. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630.
Hey, travelers. Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1769. 855-325-1769. That's 855-325-1769.
There's more than one way to invest in your education. Investing in the right products, securities, and real estate generates secure and sound futures. What about an investment that retains its value? Consider college real estate. College real estate can provide housing for students and generate returns for their families. Through this special offer from Austin iLabs, you can download the free workbook from collegerealestate.com to see if this investment is right for you. Go to collegerealestate.com/radio.
Allergy congestion, cut grass, cat on the sofa, dust in the carpet. Whenever allergy congestion makes you feel trapped, break through with Allegra D for 5-in-1 24-hour multi-symptom relief. Allegra D combines a non-drowsy antihistamine with a powerful decongestant for fast relief that starts working in just 1 hour. Break through allergy congestion with Allegra D. Use only as directed. Guaranteed or your money back. Visit Allegra.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who can't work because of a serious injury or illness, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. It doesn't matter if you've applied before and the government has said no. Let the experienced attorneys at Bill Gordon & Associates help you get the Social Security disability you deserve. Their team of attorneys have been fighting for benefits for people just like you for over 20 years. And best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. There are many conditions that make you eligible, including some you may not even be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call Bill Gordon & Associates today for your free no-obligation consultation. See if you qualify for the Social Security benefits you need and deserve. 800-470-4453. 800-470-4453. That's 800-470-4453.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-711-6812 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-711-6812. Again, that's 800-711-6812.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And as a reminder, you can also post your questions and comments right there on Facebook Live. We'll get to them right away, 35 minutes after the hour. 855-424-9825 or John at gardenamerica.com. Tiger, as we continue finding out a lot about what Lisa's involved with.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny because before we started the show, you told me that she was a little concerned and a little nervous about being on the air, and she's a true professional. You sound so good.
Oh, thank you so much. I am extremely nervous, so I really appreciate it.
No, you can't tell at all. There's only 5 million people listening and watching.
Exactly.
Hey, Lisa, before...
We did have one disappointed listener, though. Kathy was disappointed she couldn't stop by for coffee today.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Oh, I would have loved that.
Lisa...
It's probably a lot for... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Before we were going into the break, we were talking about some of the selections and seeds that you were going to be that you choose for your farm. What do you have going on right now? You're in Carmel, California. What do you have going on right now? Have you began to start anything? Have you just been in the planning process? Are you harvesting leftover stuff right now still? What do you have going on the farm?
Sure, of course. So right now outside, we do where I'm up in these mountains, we get some really cold nights still. We do not have warm nights. We're in the 30s, sometimes in the 20s. I have lots of kale and bok choy and some broccoli, different brassicas out there, some cilantro, little bits just to kind of get us through the winter, so we always have something to harvest. I usually start my tomato seeds 6 to 8 weeks before my last frost, but I'm very, very impatient, and I love tomato entertainment, and so I always tend to start a few seeds extra early to kind of see how the germination rates are going and just to basically get my tomato fill. So I do have some tomato babies that I started, and they're all going really wonderful, but they end up getting so huge that it becomes a big job to house all these huge tomato plants for so long before the freeze passes. So I try not to go too overboard.
Okay. And while we were at break, John and I were discussing a event that happens in Central California, John.
Well, Santa Rosa,
California, and it's the Heirloom Vegetable Festival.
Well, it's called the Heirloom Exposition.
Ah, okay. Have you ever heard of that?
I have, and I've wanted to make it the past few years, and past 2 years was when I had first heard of it, and I haven't been able to make it yet. Part of it was I was doing the farmer's market, and also it's hard with children to get that far traveling and still have someone watching the farm as a solo farmer and with all the chickens. But that's something I would love to participate in because I know they do a lot of artwork there, and it's supposed to be amazing with tomato tastings. It looks like an incredibly inspiring event that I would love to be a part of. So hopefully next year I'll be able to make it there, or this year, excuse me.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking, is that you should give Jared Gettle a call and set up some of your tomato art or vegetable art, because people there would love to see that. I was almost going to say they would eat it up.
Yeah, that's good.
That would be wonderful. I would love to do that. So hopefully that will be in the near future.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what I was kind of leading into, is that besides being a wonderful organic farmer that you are, again, if people can go online and just look at Carmel Bella Farms, and she has an Instagram account, she has a website, and she has a Facebook account where she's taking pictures of arranging some of these vegetables, whether it be tomatoes or peppers, into wonderful hearts or peace signs, or just, shapes with waves. But then also, when you're out in the garden, you also take wonderful pictures of what you have going on, whether it's your bok choy or cabbage or lettuces. And I have to ask, I'm assuming you're the artist, you're the photographer behind all of it?
Yes, I'm a solo farmer, solo everything out there in the garden. It's just it is the most amazing experience to see something grow and turn into something so beautiful. And I love to capture unique photos of the fruits and vegetables that I grow, especially being able to start from seed and grow these amazing varieties that you don't see in stores and watch what it transforms into and then share it with people. It's really, really fun and inspiring.
You know, we have maybe you already are familiar with it, but we offer on our website a perennial kale called Cosmic Kale that doesn't grow from seed. It only grows vegetatively, and it's a perennial. Down here in San Diego, we've had plants growing for 6 or 7 years. And
how wonderful.
Because the leaves are variegated, it's really attractive, and it never turns bitter in the summer like some kales do. And we've had people mention that it was probably one of the best tasting kales they've ever had. So that might be.
I will absolutely.
Yeah, that might be something you want to incorporate.
Yeah, check into it.
Definitely. I love to look. What I do when I seed shop basically is I'll look, if I want to grow kale, I'll look into all the different varieties of kales and colors and then read what's going to thrive in my warmer climate, what's going to produce in the amount of time that I have in that season. I know kale probably would go on and on, but that is more relevant to tomatoes.
Right.
But I love, for food art, that's basically how I get the varieties that I want. I find my crop that I want to grow, and then I find the seeds in the colors of the rainbow. So, I want to grow a red tomato. Let's research all the different reds, find what's going to grow well here, what's going to produce in enough time and still taste delicious and be great production. And then I go to orange. What's going to be a beautiful orange variety that maybe I haven't tried that would be super tasty, productive, and thrive here, and that's going to be gorgeous in food art and at the farmer's market. So I kind of research all those different varieties before really deciding what I'm going to go for the next season.
Now, I have to ask, after you've created some of your images for food art, do you still eat it? Because I mean, I just look at it and I'm like, I wouldn't even want to touch it. I wouldn't want to disturb it. I know you took the photograph. I know you've done what you needed to do with it. And once it doesn't need to stick around, this isn't a painting on your wall.
Yeah, so how long do you give it before you eat it?
But I mean, at the same time, I'm sure you took some time to put it together and to just think that, okay, I took the photo, I'm good to go, and then just start popping the cherry tomatoes in your mouth. I don't know if I could do that.
Well, absolutely. Every piece is completely different, and some of them do take me some time. I really try to only create in a positive state of mind. So if I'm feeling frustrated or it's not just feeling right, then I take a break and a step back. I want it to be something that I put together out of love and inspiration and really feel this goodness vibrating from it. So some of them do take some time for me, but usually it's not anything more than a couple days or a day. And if it's tomatoes, they are definitely going to be still fantastic and delicious. So we absolutely eat them. I usually try and get a photo as fast as I can because, believe it or not, doing food art outside with wind blowing and children running by and dogs, a piece might go missing pretty quickly. So I take the photo and it actually does get disassembled pretty fast, and we end up eating what we harvested. Absolutely.
How old are your boys?
I have a 4-year-old, almost 5, and a 10-year-old.
Oh, so they're probably pretty good helpers out there in the garden, right?
Yeah, especially the
Wonderful.
4-year-old.
I have a 2-year-old, and he would not be a good helper at all right now. So I'm hoping by 4 he can at least dig a hole where I tell him to.
Yeah, that's your goal, right? By 4, dig the hole.
Yeah.
What I love most about it, though, is I can make a kale salad that's dressed with dressing and make it beautiful, and my little 4-year-old won't eat it. But if he's outside in the garden and there's kale, he'll be picking it all and eating it the entire time, pulling carrots out. And so that's one huge inspiration for me that I want to share with other people, is that if it really can get your children closer to nature and eating healthier and not have quite so much of that struggle all the time if your children don't want to eat vegetables or fruits that consistently. It can kind of get them more interested and more curious. And I see my son eating collard leaves, saying, "This is so good," and in the garden. But inside, he sees it and he's like, "No." So it really can bring the children closer to nature. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, and a big advantage you have is that your kids grow up and they know that all this food does not just come from a grocery store, that you actually have to grow it, and they're more inclined to eat it, and they actually see, from concept to fruition to everything growing. They've got a head start on a lot of kids who think that everything comes from the store.
Yeah, and we're going to have to take another break, but after we get back, I want to talk about how your kids are going to become foodies later on now, because the taste is going to be so much better.
Okay, so hang in there with us. Questions on Facebook Live. We encourage that. Questions, comments, or you can talk to each other. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com or 855-424-9825. Having a good time? I'm Bryan May, along with John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox here. This is the Garden America radio program or show.
Do you have insects on your roses? Do you have borers damaging your trees and shrubs due to stress or the drought? This is Tiger Palafox with Garden America Radio. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench is a great product that will give you season-long protection against many insects. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench can act as a preventer or a curative for insects that suck, chew, or bore on your plants. This may be the easiest product to use. Simply measure, mix in a bucket, and pour around the base of the tree. One application can last up to a full year. Protect your trees with Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench. Find it at your local independent nursery or fertilome.com.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-935-0752 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-935-0752. That's 800-935-0752. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on ConsumerAffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just go to 11ignoremyscore.com right now. That's www.11ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing the easy way. 11ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
And don't forget Facebook as well, Facebook Live with your questions, comments. We love having you. Okay, 855-424-9825. As mentioned, also john@gardenamerica.com. Tiger, as we get back into it and wrap things up slowly but surely.
Yeah, so before we went to the break, we were just talking with Lisa and how when she's farming, her kids are involved, and how because they're involved,
Right.
they like to actually eat what's out there and not just, like you said, if it's on the plate, they might not eat it.
Sure.
But actually in the yard, they'll pick it off and eat it. And what I was going to hint at was, you know, with the way that she farms, with the vegetables she farms, the only problem I see is that later on in life, they're going to have a much more acquired taste that the only way they're going to get a good tomato is to be able to go to the farmer's market, to be able to find that wonderful fresh stuff, or they'll have to grow it themselves. Because I'll tell you one thing, growing a tomato in your garden, and especially some heirloom variety that has a unique flavor or flesh, and then going to a grocery store and buying it is much different. And have your boys at all witnessed any of that yet? Have you seen them be like, oh, this isn't a tomato, Mom, if you get one from a grocery store or anything?
Well, my little one, I've seen him before my heirloom tomatoes were really going 2 years ago. So he was still little, hadn't really experienced the flavor of tomatoes. I hadn't really watched how he reacted to them. But I do remember him seeing him try them at a birthday party and spitting it out and not liking it. And who knows where that tomato came from.
Yeah.
But when he goes to our house and he sees the sun golds or little cherry tomatoes or the blushes, anything that's small enough for him to reach off and pop in his mouth, it is like candy to him, and it is amazing. The flavor from a homegrown organic tomato is a world of difference from a conventional tomato that you're going to find at a grocery store. It is just amazing. And that was one of my biggest inspirations to get to the farmer's market. It wasn't about income. It was more about spreading. Look at what this beautiful fruit is and what you can grow for your family. So it was an amazing connection with the community, lots of talking and lots of questions, and it was amazing. So yes, the flavor difference is huge.
And you know, as we're wrapping up here, Lisa, I want to make sure people have all the info to be able to get a hold of you or follow you. Where do you want people to go to find out more information? Is it your guys' website?
My website is definitely up there, has lots of information about my farm. I'm most active on my Instagram. And I do have a Facebook page, but definitely Instagram is where you're going to find my most current photos, the most updated information consistently posted. I try to get something up there at least every couple days. So that's the most active. But then my website has my food art for sale. It has descriptions of how we garden and how I built what I built, basically. So there's definitely some fun information on the website as well.
And you know, Tiger, maybe during the break you can show me what Instagram is.
Yeah, we're still working on Facebook over here with John, Lisa. So, but I know
a whole nother layer.
Yeah,
exactly.
We just won't even get into the Snapchatting aspect yet. But I know that one thing that John can handle is the website, and that's CarmelBellaFarm.com. That's CarmelBellaFarm.com. People can go there for like she said, more information.
You've got the link also too, right,
to be able to buy things. Yeah, and I've got the link up on our Facebook feed as well. And Lisa, in closing, thank you very much for joining us. You did a wonderful job. We've got great reviews from you on our Facebook, and people want to have you back. So maybe if you are in the middle of your planting season in the next few months, you can let us know and maybe send us some updates, and then we'd love to have you back on.
Maybe
and see
during
how
the
things
growing
are
season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Know how things are coming along.
Oh, absolutely. That would be a privilege. I would love to speak more with you guys and share what's going on. More currently, when the tomatoes start to produce, it becomes everything just livens up even more. The passion just explodes. So it'd be really fun to talk more then, and I can send some pictures of what's going on.
Yeah, perfect.
But I want to thank you for having me. This was an honor and a privilege, and thank you for all the support from everyone out there and for all those organic gardeners. It's going to make a difference.
Yeah, definitely. If you're ever in San Diego, stop by and visit us. All right. Have a good weekend, Lisa.
I absolutely will.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much. You too.
Okay,
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Yeah, she's passionate. She loves what she does. No doubt about that.
Well, it makes it easy. Who was it that said if you love what you're doing,
you'll never
have to work a day in your life?
A day in your life, exactly. Yeah. I like the fact that her kids are so involved in it.
Yeah.
And they're eating stuff that kids would never eat.
Right.
Picking kale and eating it and then saying, this tastes so good. But you're right, though. It is going to give them a different outlook on the grocery store from now on. But at least they know where food and vegetables come from, not just your store.
I think if kids grow their own stuff themselves, if they actually plant the seeds and watch it come up, they might be more inclined to eat it.
Yeah, it's magic to them. It really is. The seeds are magic. Even last year when I grew what I did in my veggie pot, it was like, wow, these things are actually growing.
Yeah.
It's like a little kid.
It's like a little kid, exactly. And the taste is amazing.
And you know what's funny is that we talk about this from a kid's eyes, but just like you said, Brian, even from an adult's eyes, it's still magical. It's still fun.
It really is.
We talk to our listeners every week, and even our listeners that have been gardening for 50-plus years, number one, they're still learning. Number two, it's still magical to them.
Yep.
And every time that you plant something new, every time that you replant a garden, you have that hope, and you have that drive to be able to be successful. And, I think that it's exciting to see this in people's eyes when we go and meet them and talk to them about, what they're growing or how they're growing it. Because that's the thing, too, is that gardeners love to share. They love to share their successes, and they love to share their failures because we all have them. And it's something that we all, like I said, even if you've been gardening for your whole life, you're still always trying something new and different.
I failed at carrots last year. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. You know what? And I'm going to make it work this time and do it properly.
My rule of thumb is that I never say I can't grow a plant until I've killed it 3 times.
You're the rule of three for you.
Three times.
Right.
So I'll be on my second go-around this year with the carrots. Everything else grew, though. Going to do the cilantro again, the lettuce, the spinach, the carrots, and I think there was one more. We'll figure that out, Tiger.
I got a new plant this week.
Did you?
Yep.
Something, can you eat it?
Nope. It's Puya Raymondii.
What is that?
Puya Raymondii.
Yeah. Puya, and then Raimondii.
You want to talk about it on the other side after the news break?
Look it up.
Okay. Hey, we want to talk about our website, too. We want to talk about GardenAmerica.com, the trip to England. We want to talk about a newsletter. A lot going on.
Catch up on a lot of comments, too.
Yeah, a lot of comments. So stay with us. We're back at 6 minutes after a news break here on Biz Talk Radio, Facebook Live. Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox.
The opinions you hear on on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. Biz Talk Radio.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King. President Donald Trump told the leaders at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland on Friday that the U.S. is open for business.
We are creating an environment that attracts capital, invites investment, and rewards production.
The president also said the coalition to defeat the Islamic State has retaken almost 100% of the territory once held by the killers in Iraq and Syria. Democrats are upset with President Trump's proposal for immigration. In what the White House officially called a dramatic concession, Trump would accept a path to citizenship for not just those eligible for DACA, but also a broader population, adding up to 1.8 million people, but wants $25 million for his border wall in exchange. You're listening to USA Radio News.
You know, when the Israelites got to the desert, they were given manna from heaven. Well, we may not have manna, but we do have new manna. In these uncertain times, become food independent with Numanna's long-term storable food. Healthy, nutritious, dense meals, organic, non-GMO, taste great, and last for over 25 years. Oh, and gluten-free is available. Order now and get 20% off, free shipping, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Just use promo code WAR. Call 888-597-0775, 888-597-0775, or go to Numanna.com.
Everyone loves liberty, so why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Stop letting others tell you what to do. Call us at 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or check us out online at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org.
A suicide car bomber killed at least 40 people and wounded about 140 more in an attack claimed by the Taliban in Afghan's capital, Kabul. The bombing came just a week after the Taliban militants killed 22 people at an international hotel in the city. The attacker used an ambulance to get through a security checkpoint, telling police he was taking a patient to a nearby hospital. A U.S. diplomat is angry about a rumor that's been circulating on the internet. USA's Chris Barnes has details.
U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley ripping online rumors that suggest she's having an affair with President Trump as disgusting and offensive, saying they're typical of the treatment of women in powerful positions. The rumors have grown from some remarks made by Fire and Fury author Michael Wolff, suggesting that the president's having an affair with someone in the administration. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
This is USA Radio News.
Hey, it's Brandon. I'm trying to get you to stick to your New Year's resolution. If you want to do anything well, it all starts with getting a good night's rest. The folks at MyPillow want to help you get that deep sleep you need. That's why they extended their best offer ever through January. Buy one MyPillow and get another one absolutely free. But you only have 2 weeks left to order. So do this right now. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the buy one, get one free special, and enter promo code USA. Or call 800-951-8175. And be sure to use the promo code USA to get this offer.
Today is the International Holocaust Remembrance Day. It's a time set aside to acknowledge a dark stain on human history. John Clemens reports.
That was part of the statement from the White House with a promise to never let it happen again. Historian Dr. Eunice Pollack is with the Jewish and Israel Studies program at the University of North Texas.
This Holocaust Remembrance Day is extremely important for us to recognize what hatred of the Jews in particular, can lead to.
This is also a time to combat anti-Semitism.
Use this day to really understand the roots of anti-Semitism and to try to combat it.
I'm John Clemens.
Self-described Tesla superfan Matthew Chan always wanted to meet some of the key people behind the electric car maker. The cancer patient's wish came true this week with a visit to the company's factory in California, and he even got more than he bargained for. Not only did he go on a tour and meet Tesla's top car designer, he also got to meet CEO and co-founder Elon Musk. Chan said he was starstruck at the meeting. Chan's close friend Alan Miller shared a post on some Tesla forums earlier this month, writing, "My best friend from medical school, Matthew Chan, is a 39-year-old radiologist in Sacramento with 3 kids who was just diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer." For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stay tuned for a special offer from the makers of Listen Clear, a revolutionary hearing aid breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Right now, you can try Listen Clear hearing aids absolutely free for 45 days. You can also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear hearing aids are so lightweight and comfortable, you can wear them all day long. They're practically invisible, too, so others won't even notice you're wearing them. And the best part is, you'll be able to hear almost everything, everywhere. So do something about your hearing loss. Call Listen Clear now to get started with your 45-day risk-free hearing aid trial. This special offer won't be available for long, so call Listen Clear now.
800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. We're here 24 hours a day to help. That's 800-716-4650.
Welcome to the Garden America radio show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do in the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or send us your questions and comments to john@gardenamerica.com. Now, here's Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on Biz Talk Radio and the Garden America Radio Network.
And on Facebook Live, welcome to hour number 2. Noticing some questions we'll get to, no doubt about that. Welcome. Thank you if you were with us the first hour. Great chat with Lisa. And we've got that link put up on our Facebook page, Tiger, correct?
Yep.
So you can get more information and check that out. Here on Biz Talk Radio, Bryan, Maine, Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco, 855-424-9825. Want to pick up the phone, or john@gardenamerica.com. Let's get back to an early comment last hour John made. Starting next weekend, you will have the opportunity and the ability to hear us on a brand new station which covers pretty much all of Southern California, including Los Angeles. John, what's happening next week? Actually, it's too bad. John's not going to be here next week. But that said, John, talk about the station.
Well, we'll be on KBRT out of Costa Mesa, California.
K-Bright.
Which is
1240?
No, that's 740.
Oh,
right.
And San Diego will be on KNSN, which is 1240.
1240. So San Diego, 1240. In Los Angeles, K-Bright, which is, again, 740?
740,
yeah.
But the 740 station will be a rebroadcast of the morning. That's on at 2 o'clock.
So from 2 to 3 in the afternoon, you can tune in and hear our show.
Yeah, if you miss us in the morning,
right.
You don't want to use the computer.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and
turn the radio on.
Turn the radio on at 2 o'clock and listen to us on KBRT.
And that's going to cover all of Los Angeles, San Diego.
All the way to San Diego, yeah.
And Santa Barbara. So that's
right.
2 to 3 in Los Angeles on AM 740 in the morning live from 8 to 9 on 1240. Got that?
Got it.
We got it.
I posted a link to the K-Bright Radio website so people can find out more information. I also posted a link to Puya Raimondii.
And that was what John was talking about at the end of
That was the new
hour.
plan I got. I'm not really sure how many years it takes to bloom. I think it's close to 30, though. Maybe it says on Wikipedia there. But since I won't be around for it to bloom, I'm going to will it to Tiger.
Yeah, he should still be around.
I'll be here.
And if he's not going to be, he could give it to his son.
Somebody will be around.
That's right.
Yeah.
And hey, we
40
should
years.
Yeah, we
40
should talk about
It's 40 years to
Good
bloom.
luck.
Wow.
40 years.
I'll be 108.
Can you imagine if you give somebody like a child when they're born, you give that to them as a gift, and they say, okay, now when you turn 40, you can enjoy it. What?
Yeah.
40. Hey, let's talk about our website. Let's talk about our store. What are we selling? What is flying out the door, John?
Oh, my gosh. Well,
And also being packaged and mailed.
Most of it's being packaged and mailed. I'll tell you, the hard goods that are selling the quickest, of course, are, as always, the HB 101 products.
You want to clear your throat? You got that Rod Stewart sound going. You okay?
I think so.
Okay.
And there's that wonderful Valentine gift pack.
You know, you order that now.
With
if
the
you
two
want it in
L's.
time,
The
right?
Valentine gift pack?
Yep.
Order that now. He said order it now. Got to go to gardenamerica.com to know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And then all our crafted vegetables, of course, are being ordered for delivery beginning March.
Okay, so that's grafted vegetables going out in March.
Yep.
Right now you can order the Valentine gift pack. Just take a look at what's going on, gardenamerica.com, and, make that, bookmark that. You should bookmark that. Also sign up for the newsletter, which you can do when you go to our homepage. And finally, John, how many spaces do we need to complete the trip to England coming up in July?
Well, not to complete, we're going, but we have 4 spaces open, 3 or 4 spaces still open. And Matthew's going to be on in 2 weeks.
Matthew's going to be on in
Matthew
2 weeks
Brumman,
talking
right.
about the tour, where we're going to go, what kind of fun we're going to have, and what he has planned for us. So that'll be a lot of fun to get more information. But nonetheless, a lot of the information as far about the tour is on our website, also
Right.
gardenamerica.com. Just look for the tour of the Hampton Court Flower Show and the Gardens of Kent, Oxford, and the Cotswolds.
And if you have not signed up for the newsletter, please do so. We send it to you every Friday. Shows up in your email, talks about various guests coming up, upcoming shows. We have timely articles. We have pictures. We have a lot going on. John spends a lot of time. You'd make him feel good if we can get some
It
more
would.
people signed up on that newsletter, because he spends a lot of time on it during the week.
Exactly.
You know, and even though Matthew's going to be on, you don't want to wait because we might be sold out by then.
Right. I think it's July 1st.
That's right. Did you see that comment from Carolyn on KBRT?
I did not. I need to turn around more and look at it.
Tiger, do you have it
Is
there?
it on Facebook? On our Facebook?
Yeah.
No, I'm not looking.
All right, she says, oh, goody. Oh, goody. KBRT Avalon's across the channel from Costa Mesa. In case I can't watch, listening on the radio will be an option. Good news.
Absolutely, for our Los Angeles people and Santa Barbara and those in San Diego. Absolutely. I think we have a question on our Facebook page. Is it Dale? Yeah, Dale's got a question. Did you see that, John?
Yeah, I didn't answer it yet because I didn't have a chance to look up Ethiopian cabbage, and I don't know anything about it.
See how honest we are here on this show? If we don't know, we'll find out about it.
But, I've never heard of the Ethiopian cabbage either.
And have we tried it? So,
right.
no, the answer would be
the
no.
The answer is no and no. But maybe Dale can point us in the right direction as maybe what else it may be, because sometimes searching things, you come up with a lot of different things. We might, if we can narrow it down, it might be something else that we not known.
Right.
It's under the name Ethiopian cabbage.
But it could be under something else.
Right. But I wanted to touch on something that we talked about before the show. And when Lisa was on the show this morning talking about farming and trial and error, getting out in the yard, one of the things that was all the rage online this week was Jennifer Garner had a video. And Jennifer Garner is an actress, and she's a organic farm advocate. She works with a company called Once Upon a Farm that produces either baby food or organic food to some degree. But there's a video of her out in her garden, and she picks a jalapeno and just bites directly into it. She
bites
kind
into it.
Right before she bites into it, she says, "I wonder if this will be hot," and then takes a bite. And it is hot. And you can see her reaction afterwards. And it's kind of funny because I was thinking about that, because we've all been in the yard and we've seen our fruits and we want to try them right away. But with peppers, man, that's
be careful.
Yes. I always take a little bite, especially with jalapenos, because
she took a big bite. She bit right into that thing.
John mentioned last week, when things ripen, from different colors, there's different heats, especially with peppers. And so, a jalapeno, it turns to red when it's fully ripe, right?
Hers was green.
Right. And we were talking about with peppers whether they get hotter as they mature,
Yeah.
or whether they are less cool or, temperature-wise as they mature. And, when it's green, that's a big spectrum because it could be brand new or it could be on the verge of ripening. So you could bite one day and be, oh, that's not a big deal. But a week or two later, you bite it and it's too hot.
And it's still green and you don't know, but it's moving its way toward turning red.
Right. I'm going to post it onto our Facebook feed so people can see it. And Brian, what was the biggest mistake that she made that you noted during that video? Do you remember?
Well, the biggest mistake, I saw the video one time.
Right.
The biggest mistake I saw, she just picked it and ate it without even knowing what she was doing.
No, but what did she drink afterwards?
Oh, the biggest mistake she made was drinking water.
Yeah.
You never want to drink water. If you bite into a pepper and you have these two things available, milk or ice cream, that will subside the pain you're going through. All you do, it's almost like if somebody's on fire, you don't put them out with a hose.
What?
Because that spreads the flames. So when you drink water after having a pepper, it intensifies it. It can intensify it.
Oh.
So you want to have milk or a dairy product available.
Wow, I would have used a hose.
To do what?
Put someone out.
Well,
what do you do if you put someone out? Smother them?
You smother them. That's exactly right. You don't
Stop, drop, and roll.
Exactly. You don't take a hose and if that's all you have, I guess. But you smother them, tackle them, smother them. If you've got a towel or something.
How do they breathe if they're being smothered?
We only have like another 40 minutes or 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Stop to explain these things to you.
We have a lot of things we have to catch up on.
Let's do. Come on, let's catch up. Let's go. Chop,
All
chop.
right.
You know what? We've got a break coming up here in about 30 seconds, John.
All right. Well, Rochelle quickly said, I missed when you're going to fertilize your roses. I'm going to start fertilizing next week.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You're that cocky and confident?
What I'm going to use, I use Biosol, so it doesn't make any difference.
Doesn't matter when you do it.
If you use organic foods, I'm not taking that much of a chance. If I was using a chemical fertilizer, I'd probably wait, maybe till March.
And with that said, we're going to take a break and do some catching up, as John mentioned, looking at some Facebook comments, questions. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com. John will check his email. I'll check and see if we have any phone calls, 855-424-9825. Coming right back with Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. I'm Bryan Main. Welcome to the Garden America radio program.
It's bare root fruit tree season, and you probably have a million questions. Which fruits will grow well here? What are the tastiest fruits? How do I care for them? The answers? They're just a click away with the informative Fruit Tube videos at DaveWilson.com. That's Dave Wilson Nursery, the nation's largest grower of fruit trees for the backyard garden. They have planting tips, taste test results, and links to nurseries in your area that carry Dave Wilson fruit trees. Your harvest to better health begins at DaveWilson.com.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Have you heard about BizTV? BizTV is the home for America's entrepreneurs, small businesses, and those who want to succeed in life. It's the only national television network committed to airing original, high-quality, educational, and inspirational programming about real business people. BizTV can provide the right kind of ideas, motivation, and education to help fuel the next generation of business owners. Visit BizTV.com and call your satellite or cable service provider to request BizTV.
Allergy congestion, cut grass, cat on the sofa, dust in the carpet. Whenever allergy congestion makes you feel trapped, break through with Allegra D for 5-in-1 24-hour multi-symptom relief. Allegra D combines a non-drowsy antihistamine with a powerful decongestant for fast relief that starts working in just 1 hour. Break through allergy congestion with Allegra D. Use only as directed. Guaranteed or your money back. Visit Allegra.com.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-607-8945. That's 1-800-607-8945. Again, 1-800-607-8945.
Investing is a long-term process. How many times can you think of in the last decade that the stock market has destroyed retirement funds for people just like you and me? For your existing IRA, you need the security that gold has provided for centuries. Remember, gold has never been worth zero. Capital Gold would like to introduce you to the Home Storage Gold IRA. It's a self-directed IRA set up with all the protection and tax benefits of an LLC. But the big difference in this IRA is you invest in gold and you hold it in your possession. You can't do that with stocks. That's security. You can transfer any type of IRA hassle-free in days. Please call right now and learn more, and we'll waive the $500 setup fee and give you a free safe to store your gold. Call 800-223-0092. 800-223-0092. 800-223-0092. That's 800-223-0092.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Okay, it is 21 minutes after the hour. Welcome and thank you so much for tuning in Facebook Live and all of our listeners across the country, throughout the world on Biz Talk Radio, streaming, however you may be listening to us. We do want to get to some more business, but we want to go to the phones as well. 855-424-9825. Keith in Point Loma, right here in San Diego, is waiting. Keith, good morning, good afternoon, depending upon where you are. Welcome to the show. What's happening, my friend?
And good morning to all of you people, too. What a glorious day it is.
Hey, Keith, how are you?
Anyhow, that's not why I called.
I got a quick question. What form are you listening to us? How are you listening to us this morning?
I am listening to you on the computer.
Okay, beautiful. Streaming
Biz Talk
us.
Radio.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Biz Talk.
Okay, what's going on, my friend?
And I'm glad that you're getting that new station. That'll be good.
You got it.
Anyhow, I have a Dracaena palm that's all scraggly and ugly, and I want to replace it. And a few months ago, I saw a little palm. It looked like it was about, 4 feet tall, 4.5 feet tall, and it looked very thick, almost like an elephant foot thing would be. And it had a smooth trunk, clean, smooth trunk, very light, ivory colored, and just regular palm leaves on top. And if I had to call it something, I'd call it a pygmy palm. But is there such a thing that I'm describing, or do you know what it is?
Ponytail palm?
I don't know.
I know. I can see everybody trying to picture this in their minds right now.
So did it have strappy, thin leaves coming out of the center, or?
The most distinguishing factor of it was its thick, clean trunk.
Okay, so
almost smooth.
Nothing that would peel off then, or that you'd have to break.
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, the Tiger mentions there's a plant called a ponytail palm, which is not a palm. It's also called elephant foot palm sometimes, because it's got.
I've heard of an elephant foot. Is there a difference between an elephant foot and an elephant foot palm?
Yes.
Yes and no.
Well,
it depends on who's telling you.
Well, a turtle cactus sometimes is also called an elephant foot.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
Now, did you see this, Keith, or do you have a picture of it?
I saw it somewhere, and I forget where it was.
In San Diego,
Otherwise, yes.
Okay.
Well, if you look up on the computer under images, look for ponytail palm, and if
Ponytail palm, and what's the other one you mentioned?
Elephant's foot palm.
Well, that's the same
well,
thing.
yeah, but
yeah, if you
might
look,
be.
Oh, okay, all right.
Ponytail palm, you'll find it. I'm trying to think.
But it may not be actually a palm, is what you're saying, right?
There is a palm called a bottle palm, which would grow fine in Florida, but would have almost no chance of growing here in San Diego.
It wants humidity?
No, it doesn't like the cold. It's just too cold for it. However, Point Loma, it's possible that it may grow.
And how tall is it?
Well, that's what I'm worried about. I don't want a great big palm tree, but I only care about the next 12 years.
No, but what was the size of the one you saw?
Oh, the one I saw was about 4.5 feet tall.
Oh, that's small.
It wasn't at Home Depot, was it?
I don't think so.
Because Home Depot did bring in some of those bottle palms.
Well, it may have been, because I go there on more than on occasion.
Oh, was this at a garden center or something, or was this at someone's house? You don't remember?
Well, John just asked if it was at Home Depot, and I said I don't know. But and then he said that they brought some in, and I do go to Home Depot on occasion, so maybe that's where I saw it.
Yeah, that one does have a totally smooth trunk, and grows. Even if it does survive in San Diego, it's going to grow so slow that you can stay there another 20 years if you want.
Well, I want to, but I don't think that's in the deck of cards for me.
Well, don't get a
anyhow.
Don't get a Puya Raymondii because it takes 40 years for that to bloom.
Okay, I won't wait that long. That's for sure. Anyhow, so it's a bottle palm, you think?
It could be. I did see some of those at Home Depot. As a matter of fact, I saw one at Home Depot up in, I want to say Vista. And I was thinking, there's zero chance that plant will grow here. But it was such a good price.
You bought it anyway.
No, I didn't buy it. I almost did, but I came to my senses and didn't get one. But, Point Loma,
how long would it take me to kill it?
Well, it would die over the winter if it was going to die. But not this winter the way temperatures are, that's for sure.
That's always a good question. Just reverse it. How long would it take me to kill it?
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
That's
too.
a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I would say if you got it now, it definitely would live for a year.
Okay. All right. Well, you've answered my question. Gentlemen,
right.
Thank you so much.
Always good talking to you, Keith.
Thank you, Keith in
You
Point
too.
Loma,
Thanks a lot.
right here in San Diego.
Bye.
All right, that's the way to do it. If you want to pick up the phone, 855-424-9825. Also questions to John at gardenamerica.com and right there on Facebook Live. Do you have any email questions, John?
I do. Do you have time for one?
We have plenty of time.
Okay, this is from Carla in Huntington Beach. And she says, "Hi, John, Bryan, and Tiger." Tiger gets an exclamation point after his name.
Attaboy.
It was just the last one.
She says, "I hope the relatively new year is off to a good start for you and yours." She says, "Will you be offering the dwarf tomato plants individually or only in the collections this season? I missed out on ordering them last year, and I don't want that to happen again." We do have them, and we're selling them now, and they're posted.
So Carla could go to the website right now, gardenamerica.com,
That's
and
right.
get one.
Look under super dwarfs. Those are not grafted tomatoes. The mighty tomatoes are grafted. Super dwarfs are not. And the super dwarfs are those tomatoes that do really well in containers. They get to be about 3 feet tall, really stocky and sturdy. Unless you're a super gardener like our friend Jimmy in Oceanside, who grew his to 7 feet tall. So let's see. We had a lot of comments on Facebook, too. Should we?
Yeah.
Do some of those?
You want to go back and forth? I'll grab
You grab
the
one,
top
Tiger.
one. So Becky Hook wrote, "In your climate, when do you prune your roses?" And
we're talking about San Diego climate.
San Diego climate would be right now.
Yeah, right
this
now.
This would be the almost optimum time to prune roses. In theory, for Southern California and probably the Southwest.
We usually start right after Christmas.
Yeah.
Or after New Year's sometimes.
January, February are our coldest months, which
Right.
is the prime time to prune roses, deciduous fruit trees, and your deciduous trees in general.
In general, yeah.
Yeah, and so, this would be the best time to do it. And one of the things that I want to mention, is because we're having such a mild season, if you've had disease and bug problems plague you last season, this is also the time of year when maybe you want to strip some foliage from the trees if you can, or roses, and get rid of some of that disease-filled foliage. But make sure it goes straight into a trash can. You dispose of it. Don't put it in your compost bin. Don't let it just sit at the base of your plants, because that'll just carry it into the next season. Roses, do you recommend the copper soaps or horticultural oil this time of year?
Well, I'll let you know right after the break.
Yeah, we're going to think about that. Talk about a radio tease.
By the way, Becky was listening to us in France.
Is that right?
That's absolutely right.
No. Good to have our listeners in France about, 8 hours ahead of us? So about 6 o'clock in the evening, something like that. Okay, break time. We're going to come back, and John's going to answer that question posed by Tiger. Otherwise, 855-424-9825, john@gardenamerica.com, or questions right there on Facebook Live.
Do you owe $10,000 or more on at least 2 federal student loans? Then you may qualify for new programs offered by the Department of Education. These programs can reduce your interest, lower your payments, and possibly qualify you for loan forgiveness. If you have $10,000 or more and at least 2 federal student loans and currently not in school, you may qualify for one of these programs. Call now to check your eligibility. Student loan advisors are standing by to help you determine if you qualify for these new programs. They can help you reduce your interest, lower your payment, and even forgive a portion of your student loan debt. Take control of your financial future. Make this free 5-minute free call now to Nationwide Student Loans and learn how you can reduce your student loan debt.
800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Broadcast has been paused.
5370. Call 800-605-5370.
Are you ready to leave your corporate job behind and be your own boss? Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? Do you have $50,000 or more sitting around in a 401k? If you answered yes, it's time to invest in yourself by buying or starting a business or franchise. IRS code allows you to use money in a 401k to invest in a business with absolutely no penalties or taxes. At Guidant Financial, we've helped more than 11,000 entrepreneurs invest $3 billion in retirement assets into the small businesses and franchises of their dreams. So if you've got $50,000 or more in a 401k and you're looking for a way to start a business, call Guidant Financial now for free information and to learn more. Operators are standing by for your call. 800-570-6630, 800-570-6630, 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630. National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to a $500,000 cash infusion. Call an NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble. Help! I could barely move. Help! I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm not alone.
Call 1-800-414-1958 for your free Life Alert brochure. That's 1-800-414-1958. 1-800-414-1958. Call for your free Life Alert brochure today at 1-800-414-1958.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Garden America on this Saturday afternoon, depending upon where you're living. Becky and friends corrected me. They are 9 hours ahead of us, so they're getting into the evening time, John. Thank you, Becky. We do appreciate that. Listening all over the entire world here to Garden America. 855-424-9825, John at gardenamerica.com, or questions, comments on Facebook Live. And before the break, Tiger asked John a question about what he puts on his roses.
Yeah, because I was talking about how we're having such a poor season
for dormancy, right?
For dormancy.
Yeah, it hasn't been getting cold.
You know, which means, number one, the bugs are still around. Number two, the diseases are still around. So if anything that you need to do this time of year is to kind of help your plants go into dormancy and protect them for the upcoming season, because a lot of the fruit trees, if you don't do anything now, by the time it's fruiting and flowering, it's too late.
Too late.
Exactly. For the roses, you can still treat them through the growing season. But even then, if you have a bug or disease problem, you can get behind on it, which can cause problems. I mean, you know, the budworm can get into the rosebud and eat away. And then when they open up, they're deformed flowers. So I was asking John what he would recommend doing.
Well, you know, you bring up a good point with bugs overwintering, because I was pruning my roses yesterday, and I had a salvia plant growing next to one of the rose bushes, and I trimmed it back a little bit, and I was surprised to see the giant whitefly on it. And giant whitefly usually dies out over the winter.
They're one of the softest celled, bugs around as soon as it gets a hint of cold.
So that's going to be a problem. While you're pruning your roses, it's really important to pull off all the old leaves. Because even if they don't look diseased, Tiger, if they look perfectly fine, when the weather's just right, those are going to be the leaves that get the disease first. Not the new leaves, but the old leaves. And they have spores on them now that you can't see, rust spores and things like that. So you need to pull off all the old leaves. And, sometimes we talk about things that seem common sense or just self-evident to us because we've done it for so long. And a month ago, I had someone emailed me about pulling the old leaves off and how long it was taking.
Right.
And that, do they really have to do that? And going back and forth with them, I found out that they were pulling off all the leaves and then pruning the roses. It'll save you time if you prune the roses first.
Yeah.
A lot less work.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that we just assume that everybody would do it, but sometimes you don't think about
perfect, yeah. Well, that's how I got bit last week, by pulling off the leaves. I was very careful with what I was doing, and of course, I didn't wear gloves because it's little harder when I have big,
That's
thick
right.
gloves on. So
well, you also like to see manly. If anybody's watching you, just get out there, no gloves,
pulling leaves off of roses and getting bit by thorns.
So yeah, it's important to clean up this year, especially if you're in a warm climate and you haven't had the cold weather destroy any of the insects or diseases that are there. And I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I've never seen in Southern California a winter where it did not get cold. So
at least for some period of time.
Right. Just because it's nice now doesn't mean we won't get cold weather in February.
Oh, we've got a lot of cold weather
March.
ahead of us, I would assume. Yeah, even into April. Hey, your brother just said aloha from Hawaii on our Facebook page.
Is he still in Hawaii?
Yeah, and it's 6:39 in Hawaii.
Wow.
That I know.
And he got up just to listen to us.
Apparently so. I don't know if he's saying hello to be nice or just to rub it in.
Well, probably a little bit of both.
So
but
hello,
I
Dave.
mentioned to him about having to get up so early, and he said that's all right because if it's if it's 6 o'clock in Hawaii now, it's noon in Michigan where he's from.
At least, yeah.
So
like sleeping in.
Yeah.
7:40, he says.
I remember.
Yeah,
I guess I can tell this story.
No, wait a second. Is this something we have to be careful about?
Get the button ready. Get the
Filtering
button
you?
ready.
Do we need the dump button? Hey, Jeremiah, just have your hand on the dump button back there.
Well, my wife and I went to Hawaii on our honeymoon, and we were living in Michigan at the time, so we had a 6-hour time difference. And we got to Hawaii, and it would be maybe 4 o'clock every night, and we were so tired we couldn't stay.
Exactly.
So for like the first 4 or 5 nights, we went to bed at like 4 o'clock every
And
night.
you got up at 1 in the morning.
Yeah. So
I've done that.
So when we came back from Hawaii, first of all, when we were married, it was 44 years ago. So back then there wasn't a lot of traveling. There was definitely no computers,
TSA,
no computers, stuff like that. So taking a trip to Hawaii was a big trip, especially
Right.
for somebody from Michigan. So we got back and I'm telling my cousin about, our trip and just saying, the time difference, it just took forever to get used to it. We were going to bed at 4 o'clock every night. He goes, well, yeah, you were just married. So
well played, well played.
Yeah, well played, John. Very good.
That reminded me of that. That was kind of fun. Hawaii's one of my favorite places to visit.
Yeah.
We should do a garden tour of Hawaii.
We should do Kauai if you want to do like the real lush.
I've been wanting to do Molokai too.
You want to do all the islands that nobody ever thinks or talks about.
Well, Molokai has the highest seaside cliffs of any island in the world.
Beautiful.
Wow.
You didn't know that. I didn't know it until just a few years ago.
The first Jurassic Park movie, all those cliff scenes.
I was there.
Was filmed there, right? Were you?
No, not.
I thought it was Maui or
No,
something.
it was.
Steve left me a message for you guys.
Yeah.
It was on. Trying to think what island. It was Kauai, wasn't it? Because we were there when they were filming, and it was Kauai because it was right before the hurricane. The hurricane came a week after we left, and at the time, no one knew what Jurassic Park was, and we were going by where they were filming, and they had the, some of the buildings set up.
Everything
for the
all set
film.
up, right?
And people were saying, "Yeah, it's going to be a movie about dinosaurs." And
interesting, and there's a remember at the beginning and the end of Gilligan's Island, they show that little island. It's actually right off one of the islands in Hawaii. And
oh, really?
We were doing a hike through there, and the guy pointed out there offshore. He goes, "See that island out there? Probably about a mile offshore, maybe." He says, "That's where that was the island they filmed, the Gilligan's Island. Used to be palm trees and stuff. Now it's all industrialized. There's industry. There's buildings on that island, completely changed." So, interesting look you just gave me.
I was trying to picture what was going on. By the way, Linda from, I think she was from Reading, said that her azaleas, and we've been talking about the weather, she said her azaleas and her bearded iris are already blooming.
We've got a message from Steve in Pismo Beach, wants to know what bare root rose variety is the best to turn into a tree rose.
Ooh.
Topiary.
Bare root rose variety to turn into a tree rose.
Topiary, is that right? Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, usually you buy tree roses already set to go because they graft those onto an understock that's not going to sprout.
And that's already 3 feet, sometimes 5 feet tall.
Yeah. You can get a patio tree, which is usually 24 inches, right? 24 to 30 inches. Or you can get a standard tree rose, which is 4 to 5 feet.
Yep. Yeah, I think that'd be hard to grow a bare root into a tree.
Yeah,
That'd be a lot of training and
top grafted. If you did want to train your own rose, you could do it. I would pick any Floribunda, and then you'd have to get one stem. You'd have to pull off anything that was growing off to the side. But then once you got that stem up there, you'd have to take a knife and you'd have to cut off all the buds. Well, that's what they do on tree roses. So I think it would be difficult to do. It'd be much easier to just go to your local garden center and buy a tree rose.
Or graft it yourself.
Well, that would be harder than going to buy one.
I think so.
Well, yeah, because if you're going to graft it, you got to grow the rootstock.
Oh, that's true.
You got to get it. You still have to pull all the. They used to. They don't do it anymore, but they used to triple graft those roses or double graft, however it was. Anyway, they had a rootstock. Then they had a different rose that was the intermediate stem.
Yep.
And then they put the desired rose on top of that.
So it looked like the 2-ball poodle.
So no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, no, I saw those, though.
Well, you can talk about your 2-ball poodle.
I'm going to talk about the 2-ball poodle.
Keep going.
But, no, what I'm talking about is you've got your rootstock, right?
Yeah.
And then the interstem, which is the stick that they grow on, that's a different rose, and that's grafted onto the root.
Oh.
Then on top of that interstem is put the Floribunda or whatever type rose you want to put on top of that.
I'm talking about in the middle.
I know what you're talking about, and we'll talk about that when we come back from the break.
And I don't think we'll have any trouble getting people to go to Hawaii with us if we do plan a trip. It is 45 minutes after the hour. Coming back, hey, one more segment. Where does the time go? It just kind of goes up there, that's all. Garden America, Tiger, Bryan, John, coming right back. Do stay with us. One more segment.
Do you have insects on your roses? Do you have borers damaging your trees and shrubs due to stress or the drought? This is Tiger Palafox with Garden America Radio. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench is a great product that will give you season-long protection against many insects. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench can act as a preventer or a curative for insects that suck, chew, or bore on your plants. This may be the easiest product to use. Simply measure, mix in a bucket, and pour around the base of the tree. One application can last up to a full year. Protect your trees with Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench. Find it at your local independent nursery or fertilome.com.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds, and then decide how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on ConsumerAffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information, and then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, $50,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-711-6812 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-711-6812. Again, that's 800-711-6812.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-607-8945. That's 1-800-607-8945. Again, 1-800-607-8945.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Hey, gang, back for our final segment on this Saturday morning. Been a great show, a lot of fun, entertaining, and hopefully a lot of knowledge. And we do appreciate you being right there watching us on Facebook Live. John at gardenamerica.com here on Biz Talk Radio, also 855-424-9825 as we wrap things up. John, do you have any more questions on your email, which is very popular, by the way?
Well, everybody's asking us about Hawaii right now or making comments about Hawaii.
Right.
You know, and Carolyn just mentioned that Molokai was her favorite island.
And there's another one people don't talk about a whole lot.
That's Lanai.
Lanai's Molokai?
No. Lanai's the other island people don't talk about.
I'm thinking, wait a second.
Lanai used to be called the Pineapple Island. And Joel owned it. It was privately held.
And there's two islands that they don't allow people on.
The Forbidden Island is one.
Yep.
That's Niihau? Is that what it is?
That's close. And then there's one more.
Well, the other is the one that they used for shelling and target practice and bombs and stuff like that. That they don't. You can't go there just for your safety. But Niihau is available only to Hawaiian natives.
Kind of kept one for themselves.
Niihau, 70 square miles.
Wow, that's little.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Elizabeth Sinclair purchased it in 1864 for $10,000.
Wow. Worth more than that. She's doubled her price by now.
Well, yeah, but just think she paid.
She's doubled it.
She paid more than that than we did for Manhattan, right?
Well, that's true. Maybe wasn't that good a deal after all.
$24 for Manhattan and a few trinkets.
So anyway, well, we should go to maybe a tropical island somewhere.
Yeah, tropical. I'm there in a minute.
All right. Let's see what else was on here. Everybody's talking about the chickens over there.
Yep. Kathy Pearson loved the chickens. Felt like she was at home.
Hey,
Kathy's problem with chickens is that she names them.
Yeah,
and she says she
get
has a
close to
rule:
them.
she can't eat anything with a name.
It's true. Go ahead, Tiger.
Before the break, we were talking about roses and grafting,
Right.
and I had mentioned that John was talking about one variety of tree rose that's double grafted. The variety of tree rose that I know that's double grafted is when they take a tree stem, about halfway up, they graft one variety of rose, then they keep going, and at the top, they graft a different variety of rose. So you have two different, usually
On the same stalk?
On the same stalk, two different
those are
colored
called
flowers.
poodles.
Yeah, those are called poodles.
Those are your poodle balls you were talking about, right?
Exactly. They
And
do a lot of
usually-
topiaries, ligustrums, boxwoods, things like that. But
Usually on the roses, when they do that, they use miniature roses.
yeah, and they
Rather
just
than full-
use miniature roses, and you just get different color flowers.
Right. Now, Dale asks us, if you are cutting off a tree rose, would you get a regular rose or a tree rose? And you would get just the regular bush rose.
Yeah.
Because, again, all a tree rose is a regular rose grafted on top a standard stem. So if you took a cutting from the top, you'll just get
the regular.
the bush itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see who joined us after 15 years of not being on Facebook?
Wait a minute, 15 years? Facebook hasn't been around 15
Next
years.
week's in-studio guest.
Bob
Breedman is sitting in for John Bagnasco.
Yeah.
Where are you going again next week? You're doing something that's work-related.
I'm going to Sebastopol.
That's right, Sebastopol.
You thought maybe I was going to Sebastopol in the Crimean Peninsula, and that's not true. Going to Sebastopol, and
is that the wheat capital of the world?
He's shipping something. I don't know what.
You're going up there for some kind of monkey business. What are you doing?
I'm arranging for a collection of roses to be shipped from there to Southern California, San Diego County. It's a collection of rare roses that needs to be preserved. And
they got to go into quarantine for 2 years.
No, they don't.
Something has to.
They don't have to be quarantined at all.
Something's got to go into quarantine for 2 years. We had this conversation.
Those are the roses that are coming from France.
Aha, from France. Becky, right?
Yeah, Becky Hook, right. It hooks roses. So now you've got me so confused. I don't know what I'm doing or when I'm going.
Bob Breedman is sitting in for you next weekend because you're going to Sebastopol to pick up roses to bring them down to San Diego, and they don't have to be quarantined for 2 years. They can be set up and ready to go right now.
I thought I said that.
I was reiterating because you were lost in your thought.
I like it when you reiterate. But it seems like deja vu sometimes.
The problem is I don't iterate.
And Kathy points out, no, Brian, that's Humboldt County.
Kathy. Shame on you, Kathy.
Well, she lives up there. She knows the area.
I was talking about the kind of weeds you pull out of the ground, the ones that are invasive. But you go ahead and think what you want.
All right. Go ahead.
It's very quiet.
We're digressing real quick.
Well, it's the end of the show. Come on. We're
Yeah.
just having a good time, wrapping things up.
I was trying to think if there were any questions we didn't get to or any comments.
Did we cover everybody?
Hey, I have a comment here on Facebook that is requesting for a tool belt for gardening. Because a lot of times you'll have your, what's it called, scabbard for your pruners.
Yeah.
And there's other tools
Like
that you
a
want to.
trowel and maybe something to trim.
Get
cutters.
those on Amazon.
But what I was going to say is the one that I like to use is kind of like a scabbard, but then it has a couple other pockets, and usually it's part of a tool belt, and I just put it on my belt, and it's got a spot for a screwdriver, the pruners, and then a couple other sections in it. But I keep in mind pruners.
What about your cell phone?
No, I don't. I put that in my pocket.
Okay.
I put my pruners. I put a screwdriver for irrigation. I put a hole punch for irrigation. I have a pair of pliers because you always need those for turning things and whatnot. And also I'll keep in there the what do they call it? It looks like a small knife. I think they call it a grape cutting knife. It's got a serrated edge on it, just a hook.
Right.
I think they call it, and I love that. And it's got a Velcro latch that I just put it on my belt, and I'm off, and I'm working, and it's got everything I need in it. So Look for one. I think mine was manufactured by Husky. I think I picked it up from a hardware store. So,
Becky says, yep, they're now ready to come to California. So the
Beautiful.
70 roses that she had all set aside are on their way.
Ready to be shipped.
Yeah, it's so hard to get roses from overseas now. Just really difficult, and I hope they make it okay.
Well, that's going to do it, gang. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching us on Facebook Live.
I just had a good story I wanted to tell you,
We can save it for 2 weeks. Those of you streaming on Biz Talk Radio, we do appreciate it. However you listen to us every week, we thank you so much. So until then, I want to thank Jeremiah and the boys keeping us on the air. For the entire crew, Tiger Palafox, I'm Bryan Main. He's John Bagnasco. Till next week, be safe, and remember to get growing, America. Take care. See you later.